Yes, guys, what's going on? Adam McCullough here for Full Time Devils. Hope you guys are all doing well. It's that time again. It's 8 p.m. It's time to do Transfer Daily Live. Now, obviously, plenty of stuff going on in all things concerning Manchester United players in and out of the club. Obviously, Paul Pogba talk is left, right, and centre. Although he's travelled with the team and he's gone out to Australia and he's obviously with the squad out there training, which can't be said for Neymar, who's gone AWOL. But nevertheless, that doesn't mean Paul Pogba is destined to start the season as a Manchester United player. And as you can imagine, the newspapers are having a field day with this one because more and more midfielders are being linked to the club as a replacement for the Frenchman. Obviously, we need midfielders anyway. Whether Pogba stays or goes, we need midfielders. We need a replacement for Ander Herrera, and we needed a midfielder before then. Matic is getting no younger. McTominay is very inexperienced and, might not be of the quality that's needed for Manchester United. And then you look around, Fred, unproven. We've signed him for big fee, but he hasn't proven anything yet as a Manchester United player. Isn't even on the pre-season tour at the moment, which is another story altogether. And if Paul Pogba leaves, we've got a real lack of quality in that central midfield area. We need 2 players already. If we need 3, will the club bring them in? That remains to be seen. So it's going to be a long summer. And today we're talking about a man with a long name. Sergej Milinkovic-Savic has been linked with Manchester United again. Obviously, we've heard about this one a lot in the past, but he's now been linked with the club again now. I don't know whether this is just because Paul Pogba is obviously, his future's up in the air, so everyone's linking us with midfielders. But there were reports from Italy in the last 24 hours that Sergej Milinkovic-Savic was one step away from Manchester United. And then today, more Italian reports have come out, which seem to fan the flames on them, but still insist that there is interest there. And they even go as far as saying Matteo Kezman, who you may remember him from PSV Eindhoven and from Chelsea, is his agent, and he has been in England trying to work out a deal which would be acceptable with Manchester United officials. Now, obviously, we need to talk with Lazio if we're going to get the player. Last summer and in recent times, there's been talk of £100 million for Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, but I doubt he's going to be going for that kind of fee this time around. Now, is this just Lazio putting it out there, the agent trying to get it out there that his player's available and hoping that United come in with an offer? Or are United putting sounders out there with Sergej Milinkovic-Savic and his camp? Now, it says that it's been in the pipeline for a while, this report does. Although, obviously, speculation has intensified since Pogba's story has come out. Now, could it be a case that we were looking to get Sergej Milinkovic-Savic in alongside Pogba? Or is this someone that we're bringing in as a replacement for him if Pogba does leave? Or, alternatively, is it just a load of rubbish and Manchester United aren't in for Sergej Milinkovic-Savic at all? At the moment, we just have to wait and see what's going on. If anything more does come of it. But as of now, those are the latest with the reports linking Manchester United Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. Now, I'm seeing a lot of comments because I am looking in the comments as well. Atil mentions Yuri Tillmans has gone to Leicester. Eddie B also mentions that as well. And Yuri Tillmans has been confirmed. As a Leicester City player today. He was obviously on loan there, had been linked with Manchester United. Now, a lot of Manchester United fans are looking around, seeing Spurs signing Ndombele, seeing obviously Leicester City signing Yuri Tillmans, seeing players making moves that potentially could have come in at the club, and their frustration is building. Obviously, I understand that as well, but there is still time in this transfer window. The Paul Pogba issue doesn't help us at all. Although I'd like the club to be making deals happen regardless, because we need central midfielders. Obviously, if Pogba goes, then the money needs to be reinvested in a squad. But before that is even settled, we need midfielders. So I'm hoping we get someone in. Palash says Bruno Fernandes is better than Yuri, and Bino wants to know more on Bruno Fernandes. Is there any updates in regards to Bruno Fernandes? Obviously been linked with the club for a long time. I'm going to do a little search for you. As of when I was setting up this live stream, there wasn't anything new on Bruno Fernandes, but I'm going to check that out now. Now, what I will say while I'm looking for further news on Bruno Fernandes is, guys, get following us on Instagram at FullTimeDEVILS, on Facebook FullTimeDEVILS, Twitter at FullTimeDEVILS, and subscribing on YouTube as well. We're heading out to Australia for the pre-season tour, so we'll have content from out and about in Australia, so make sure you're keeping it locked for all of that, guys, and getting involved with all of our content. But yeah, nothing really new coming up with Bruno Fernandes. Obviously lots of fake accounts, got lots of pictures of him in a Manchester United shirt and stuff like that, but nothing new on that one. There is talk about Bakayoko today. Now, I'm unsure about this one. He enjoyed a mixed time at AC Milan. He started off and they weren't too keen on him and he wasn't doing too well, and he wasn't really, getting game time at AC Milan. But in the second half of the season, he started to get a lot better. Now, it was seeming that AC Milan were going to sign him on a permanent deal, but now there's talk coming out that PSG are interested in him, and Manchester United have been dragged into that as well. Now, is that simply because of the fact that Paul Pogba's going? So therefore, with all that talk about Paul Pogba, then we're being linked with Bakayoko, but I don't think we're going to get Bakayoko. We've already seen what he did in the Premier League, and I'm not sure on that one at all. John Abraham saying Cruz, which is probably never going to happen. Ericsson has been linked with a move away from Spurs, but I can't see that one happening either. Not with Manchester United having no Champions League football. Now, Ashit has come in a little bit late and he's asked for a little recap now. The latest news on Sergej Milinkovic-Savic in terms of the transfer rumours and the gossip is that initially it came out of Italy that he was one step away from Manchester United, but that seems to be premature. Now today it's coming out that his agent has been in England trying to work out a deal which would be acceptable by Lazio with Manchester United officials. Now, whether that's true or not remains to be seen. Maybe Lazio are trying to get a deal done for Sergej Milinkovic-Savic with anybody, and they're using United to get that out there. Or maybe the agent's trying to get a deal for his player, and he's thinking maybe now is the time to capitalise on a move. And if Manchester United are selling Pogba, then let's get him in. But all of this is just rumours at this moment in time. We have to wait and see what's happening. In terms of a little Harry Maguire update, there was a little thing I read from British reports today saying United are confident of getting a deal done and the player wants a move. But again, that one is dragging on. So what's going on then? We've left with more questions than answers at this moment in time. But what are you guys saying in the comments? Bobby says, who do I want? I wanted Ruben Neves, to be honest. I've mentioned Ruben Neves a lot. From what I've seen of Bruno Fernandes, I like him, but I've not seen too much of him to wholeheartedly say I want him at Manchester United, especially for the figures that have been spoken about. Savic would be a decent signing, although I know he hasn't enjoyed the best of times last season as Lazio, or at least as good as he had been previously. Christian Eriksen's always been a dream signing of mine for Manchester United, but that's not going to happen. So, whoever I say, there's so many question marks over them that I'm just waiting to see what happens, just like you guys. What about Maguire says, sorry, the name moved too quick. Was it Jackson? Maguire. Again, it's a lot of money. Does he improve our defence? Yes. Is he worth the kind of figures that have been spoken about? No. Do I really care about that money? No. As long as it's not going in the Glazers' pockets, who gives a shit if it's being spent on improving the team? Fair enough. But it's a big risk. It is a big, big risk. Dybala swap for Paul Pogba, says Nabil. These swap deals very rarely happen. Very, very rarely happen. It's not Football Manager, and very rarely do teams, because you've got to rely on one player wanting to make that move and the other player accepting it and all that stuff. So it's unlikely that those things happen. Sean Longstaff says, Abhishek, no updates on Sean Longstaff's. Ken says he thinks we're going to see 6 signings. Do you mean on top of the ones we've already made, or in terms of altogether? If so, that'd be another 4. I wouldn't be too much bothered by that. I wouldn't be too unhappy with that, as long as the players are of a good quality. Andre says, do I think Paul Pogba will leave? Honestly, can't say. I was more, before the summer started, I thought he'd leave next summer. And I thought he'd stay and maybe give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a season, seeing as it's his first season, and with Jose leaving, etc. But now I'm obviously less sure about that one. So it's a real strange one at all. It's just a strange one. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for tuning in today to MUFC Transfer Daily Live here on Full Time Devils. I've appreciated you all tuning in. Make sure you keep it locked for much more content coming your way. As I said, subscribe, like, comment, share. Get us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Heading out to the pre-season tour later on this week, so make sure you keep it locked for all of that. Plenty more transfer news videos coming your way as well as a podcast this week, and plenty more stuff. I'll see you soon, guys.